What is going on, guys? My name is Legacy, and today we're going to be doing the Shangri-La Easter egg, so I hope this helps, and without further ado, let's begin. So you're going to need the baby maker out of the box. This is the one weapon for Shangri-La. So in every single step, you're going to need to do this. So come to spawn, and this is a 4-player Easter egg. All 4 players are going to have to go to these stones and spawn, press them at the same time, and it'll activate this Eclipse mode. So this is after every single step you're going to have to do this, or before every single step. Now come to this place right here, and there's going to be a button in Eclipse mode. And what this button will do, it only shows up in Eclipse mode, but it's going to make all these plates come out of the ground. So I'm showing you all the locations to give you guys the best idea of how they are. So this is the bridge side of the map, and the other ones I showed you were the like the spike trap side of the map. So yeah, so the step's a little bit complicated. I'll be honest here, there's not really an easy way to explain this next step, so if you don't mind if I throw in some random gameplay here to really try my best to describe this to you. So basically the gist of it is, I'm going to put something on screen, but the way Share Factory works, I cannot show this clip to make it like visually easier to see and also voice it over. So I'm going to describe it to you, and then you're going to be able to see for roughly probably like 20 seconds what is actually going on. So we're going to have one person training a zombie. That's the best way to do it. Have another person describing these symbols on these little bricks I showed you. And one person is finding them. So put one person over by the drawbridge, not drawbridge, but the like the mud area, the bridge over there, and have one person on the other side of spawn with the other symbols. So basically, it doesn't matter which side but one of you need to step onto a plate, one of those plates, and then step off of it and tell the other person what that symbol is. And then they step on, they search around, they step on all their stones so they find that exact symbol. They step on the symbol, and then you step back onto the symbol, and the symbol disappears. Now, if you still don't get it, try to just keep rewinding the video until you understand that, because I kind of said it fast, but I'm pretty sure I said it in a way that makes sense. But I'll go through it one more time just in case. So one person steps on a stone on one of the sides of spawn. You step on a stone, and what happens is you'll see a symbol appear on one of these stones, and you need to describe this symbol to the persons on the other side of the map, and they need to find another stone with that exact same symbol, and you both need to be stepping on the stone at the same exact time. So, but if you're on the wrong symbol, it's gonna fail you. So what we have to do is make sure that the other person, like the one describing it to you, once they have said the symbol, they need to step off of the plate to further complete it. Because if they're standing on the plate and the other person goes searching through the other plates, it's gonna fail you because you get the wrong symbol. So I hope that made sense. I'm going to put a better descriptive sort of thing visually on screen here in a minute. So let's go ahead and move on to that. I hope I described that well, but moving on, here's the footage.
We are lucky bees, no? We are lucky bees, no? Awesome. Hey, we got one!
After you complete that abruptly complicated step, here's a really easy step for you that's just kind of weird and random, actually. But basically, you need to have 3 of your players, just 3 out of the 4, stand at the bottom of this water slide and have one person slide down on top of them. It's a really weird step, but that's all you have to do for that step. So after that, this should happen, and this little ball will spawn,
Why is there
and
a
you just shoot it,
crystal in
or
the
you need to throw a
mountain?
grenade or damage it to get it down, and shoot it with the shrink ray, and knife it, and it's going to go down the water slide. So you can follow it, do what you want, but eventually it's going to end up here. Once you see it in here, you are done with this step. So for this next step, you're going to have to go into this little tunnel on the spike trap side of the map and turn this little knob 4 times. 4 times exactly. So make sure you turn it 4 times, make sure you're in Eclipse mode once again, every single step. You're going to wait for a napalm zombie, and you're going to have to lead him all the way down to power. And you'll see these gas pipes, like once you turn the knob, all these gas pipes will turn on, and you're going to have to lead this napalm zombie all the way to the power room. And you're going to have to take certain ways, like right here, you see over there on the right side, the smoke coming up. I totally missed this when we were doing this. So it didn't catch on fire, we need to get him a little bit closer, it didn't happen. So once again, just make sure you are consistent with it. Don't get too close to him because he will just explode. And if you have insta kill or dead wire, any double upgrades or anything, do not shoot around him because you're gonna have to wait a couple more rounds for another one. It's just really complicated. You're on time limit every time you're in Eclipse mode. So this is us going back for it. It's crazy, but this step's really fucking annoying. But you'll get it. Okay, just keep trying. For this next step, you're going to need trip mines, and there's going to be these 4 blue holes inside this cave. Well, 3 of them are blue, and the 4th one is not for some reason. So you're going to get trip mines, and you're going to throw them in front of these holes. So there's one right here, and one right here, and there's one over here, and the one that's really hard to see is all the way at the end over here, and it's not even blue. But basically what you're going to do is get a trip mine, put it in front of it. Once you do, it'll plug up the hole. So that's pretty much it for the step, just get all holes plugged up. Next you're going to need to melee all these stone tablets around the map. I'm showing you where they are all located right now. So there's those 2 by Juggernog, just showing where Juggernaut's at there. And coming from there over to spawn, there's one here, and one over here. Once again, just all you gotta do is melee them. Also in Eclipse mode, there's one here. Make sure you're always in Eclipse mode, except for the last step later in the video. So there's one there, one located here, and then down in the basement there's one there. And then if you come, take it right over here from power, there's one here, and finally in the water there's gonna be one right there. So now you are completed with that step. So now you're gonna go over to the right side of the map and throw a grenade at this little TP tree. It's pretty straightforward. You don't have to throw 2 grenades, by the way. I know the video clip shows that, but you don't have to do that. Okay, so just throw a grenade and it'll destroy the TPs, the little TP thing. So that's really it for that step. So moving on from there, if you come over to the mud pit, there's going to be these 4 little dials that you can turn. And each one of these, once you're in Eclipse mode, you're on a time limit, so don't go into Eclipse mode till you're ready. But you're on a time limit. Each character is going to have to come over here and turn one of these, and each one of them will have to be on a certain specific symbol. So I'm going to go through and kind of show you each one. So if we're looking right here towards the rope bridge, this one is going to have to be on the 3 dots. So this is the left side of the rope bridge is going to be on 3 dots. Okay, now if we move over here, this one is going to be this really weird looking symbol. There's 2 that look like it, but there's like a C and then a line and then a dot. That's the one you want for the right side of the rope bridge. So if we turn around and look at spawn, on the left side facing spawn, on this one, we're going to need just this little dot. That's going to, and these are all going to be, sorry, I forgot to mention this, they're all going to be, the symbols you need to be turned until the dial is turned until the symbol that I'm emphasizing is on top. That one's the 4 dots. Now moving on from there, I'm just gonna kind of show you everything that is going on in this step. But like I said, you just need to go into Eclipse mode, change your dials to until the symbol I mentioned for each spot is on the top. So it's pretty straightforward. It's not complicated once you get the hang of it. So now, once that step's complete, you're almost done with the Easter egg. Kind of. So you'll notice these crystals around the map, and basically for this next step, there is 8 gongs around the map, and you're gonna melee the ones that don't make it light up. There's 8 gongs. 4 of them will make it do this, so it'll turn red. 4 of them will do that, and the other 4 will not. So I'm gonna show you guys where all the gongs are at. There's one right there, one right here, and a third one right here. If you come through here, there's going to be one as soon as you turn around. Now moving on to spawn. The only one in spawn is going to be to the left of the Shiva wallby. And then we're going to head over here to the other side of the map, and there's going to be one right there, and there's going to be 2 down here. One on the right side over here, and one just to the left. So melee your 4 gongs that don't make it light up, and you have a limited time to melee them all. Have 4 players at each one of the gongs, and this should happen to the crystals. So once you've done that, have a player find the crystal with dynamite on it and shoot it, and dynamite will fall, and you have to catch it midair. If you don't, then you have to do this step again. So now you need to make this meteor shrink that you just saw that's above spawn, you need to shoot the crystal over there above the mud pit. So once you've done that, just go ahead, and it's kind of buggy sometimes, but open up Pack-a-Punch and try to put the dynamite down. You have to like kind of talk to Brock and Gary for a minute, but basically what you're going to be doing is placing the dynamite down. I think it doesn't let you until like the last few seconds of being up there, but just keep holding square just in case. But basically what you're doing is just throwing down dynamite. It's pretty simple. You're just putting dynamite on this wall, so it therefore explodes. So hope that makes sense, but you'll see here in a minute it eventually works because the wall disappears. So yeah, the wall should explode, and there's going to be this little focusing stone, and all you have to do is open up Pack-a-Punch once again and have a player pick up the stone, and that is the end of the Easter egg. The player that picks up the stone gets all 8 perks, and that's the end of the Easter egg. You will get the Easter egg trophy called Only, I think, Time Travel Will Tell or something like that. But yeah, it's an interesting Easter egg. It requires a lot of teamwork, but I hope this tutorial helped you guys at least a little bit. It's a little bit complicated, but yeah. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to show you here. You get all perks, but that's pretty much it. I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.
The doctor is in the house. Unsubscribe.